So the passage we're reading today is Matthew 5:16. I'm going to open up with some prayer. I'm inclined not to give any of my testimonies because I really don't like it. You know, I'm young and I don't let my ego climb in there. I don't want to be anything about me. Just want to be about you, looking good, looking awesome. But I just want to pray and just give you guys a little bit of my heart, and then we'll get into the passage and listen. Father God, thank you for this day, God. Thank you for every heart that's here, God, every prayer of ears that made it, and every eyes, God, that they would come to know you deeper. And in the midst of the struggles that we have in our day today, with frustrations with relationships, with loneliness perhaps, with financial burdens that we find, God, you're the answer to all, God. You've always been more than enough. May I just help draw people an inch closer to you through anything I have to say. May it be for your glory, for your honor. You're a mighty and beautiful God that deserves all glory. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
So a little bit of my testimony. Didn't script any of this out. Don't want to make myself seem like the bad boy, right? Or the funny clown, or I probably did a little bit of that, right? I was a kid who was extremely prideful and arrogant, and who found a lot of self-value in my ability to, I was a good football player, wrestler, and then later on it became, I like to fight, I like to drink, and I was a bad boy, and girls liked me. And then it became, I guess at the end of it was nothing. There was nothing helping me keep myself lifted up. There was nothing that I had to boast in or brag about myself. And I think we all know that realization one way or another. And I remember being in this church service, Catholic church service, and I remember going and I'm hanging out with one of my friends in the back, and I go to the bathroom and I get my little flask, and I take it out of my leather jacket. I think I'm so cool with this cheap little leather jacket I got, and I take a little drink of my flask and I put it away, and I go back out, and I remember looking at this service, right, whether it was Catholic or not, it was irrelevant, but there was a representation of God there, right, supposed to be. And I'm just so drunk that everything looks blurry. And I remember thinking, that type of moments in my life, I thought, my life would be like that forever. Just never taking God serious, never taking any aspect of my life serious, never desiring to reconcile the relationships that I had so quickly destroyed with my family. And some of my family, some of my friends are here to know that, and I destroyed the relationship with my family through lying, through stealing, through beating up my hitting family members, through my violence, through my arrogance. And I found myself alone, without Jesus, without anybody. And I wasn't upset with them, now that I reflect back. I'm like, they should have pushed me away. They had every right to. They should have done it earlier. You know, I always say this to my dad, or about my dad. He hit me here and there, and he should have hit me harder. That's all I'm going to say, G-Man, right? He should have hit me a lot earlier and a lot harder, and maybe I would have got with it a lot earlier. I don't know, right? It makes sense, right? I never upset with him about the amount of relationships with them more. That was my arrogance, my foolishness. And I thought, at the end of it all, I thought I'd done a lot of horrible things. Escaped, head injury, almost died, messed with my brain, swell, bleeding. And I was reminded of it more recently. And I just thought, it's just a little hiccup, no big deal, right? Again and again, jail and, deserved time in prison, got released on just more than once. I don't want to get into too much, I don't want to, details don't matter. But I escaped being going to jail, and I thought to myself, if there's a God, this is where I came, maybe some people are here. If there's a God, either he's weak or stupid. Because look at the way I'm living my life, and he hasn't done anything about it so far. I've got away with a lot of things, and God did nothing to stop me. Horrible things to my family, stealing from people who were closest to me, did horrible things, and God did nothing. So what type of weak or simple God exists out there? Look at me. I'm like, if there is a God that exists, I want no part of him. Because look at him. Look, if he's all powerful, all knowing, maybe some people come to conclusions like I did. If he's all powerful, all knowing, look what he's letting me get away with. Or look at the evil in the world. Like, what a sad little pitiful God we serve. Until I came to the realization that if there was a God, And when I did call on him, when I was sleeping on my friend's couch, when all my family didn't talk to me, when I had no job, no car, hardly any friends hanging out to, and when I just deeply wanted to die inside, and I called on this guy I didn't believe in, this guy that was a joke to me. He was a joke until I needed him, right? He was a joke until then. But at the point that I needed him, I was saying, God, I don't know who you are, I don't know how little you are, I don't know how great you are, I don't know what you can do, but help me. Like, deep within my heart, I remember being on this couch, waking up drunk, hungover, blacked out the night before, did the same things I've always done, just foolishness, but for whatever. This particular morning, I was still hungover, just still partially drunk, and I remember just praying to God. November 2nd, 2010, I remember saying, God, help me. And if you help me, I'll give my life to you. And in that moment, I didn't know what that meant. I just said, okay, here's the agreement, God. You keep me sober, and I won't do this anymore. Simple enough, right? Like, that's an agreement, right? Kind of made a little agreement to God, and God gave it back to me. That was the deal we signed. It was a good deal. I'm good. Little did I know it would lead to many of my friends coming to faith and to me being preaching the gospel the last 3 years or so. Like, what a deal. To me, November 2nd, 2010, all my friends that known around me, my family, you know, some of them didn't think I could get sober, some of them didn't believe in me, but they know now. God's alive, and I'm a testimony to him, because I've been sober. November 2nd, 2010, I've been sober for 7 years now. Amen. I just feel like maybe that will give people a little more insight to understand me and my faith, and why I preach, and why I do what I do, and what God means to me, because he means a lot to me. So we are motivated, moved, and magnified for the Most High. We are motivated, moved, and magnified for the Most High. Maybe I love the United States. I love this country. I love everything it stands for, even its imperfections. I've just been so much. A number of my family members have served in the military. Maybe some of you guys have served in the military, and some of your relatives have served in the military, right? And there's a status, right? There's active and inactive. You're active when you're able to perform the duties that are required of you to perform your position and do your job, right? That's active. Inactive when you're not. For whatever reason that may be, it doesn't really matter as much as when you're inactive, when you're not doing your job, when you're not active in the military. This terminology is used in many things. Maybe some of you guys, I remember, some of us came out of different atmospheres where, you know, in a gang life, right? And they use that same terminology that the military uses. Are you active right now? Are you banging? Are you pimping? Are you drugging? Are you about that life? Are you active or inactive? That same terminology is used in other places too. How about who mentioned the cowboy? My man mentioned the cowboy. How about the cowboy? Whichever team you like. I like football, right? I like Russell Wilson too, right? There's, in that same terminology in sports, in football, there's active and inactive, right? We're active, we're able to perform our position to whatever position that may be, whether it's tennis or particularly in football, they use that terminology, active and inactive. More still likely they're not going to injure, they're inactive, right? Here's my question to us, for those who believe in Jesus. Are you active or are you inactive in your faith? You know? And I'm talking about much more than just going to church on Sunday. I'm talking about more than just praying to God every day and reading the Bible. Those are extremely important. The Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday Bible study, the coming to church on Sunday and meeting people, the praying, extremely important. Cannot go without those things. However, those are just the staples we have to then be able to go out and be a light to the world for them to see us. Right? The passage talks about in the same way, let your light shine before others so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven. So what I'm saying is, don't, please, some of us think, well, if I just go to church on Sunday, that's enough. If I just go to Bible study on Wednesday, that's enough. And if I pray a little bit sometimes, and if I read my Bible, that's enough. Like, I'm good with God. Me and God, I swear, God, we don't got no problem. I'm doing the bare minimum. I'm good with it. And what I'm saying is, that's not being a light for God. Like, that's not lighting up the world for God. with a number of people sitting across the table from them and just talking about life. And just telling them that God loves them. And just telling them that God is calling them something more where they're at. Or the phone calls, checking in on people. Like, that is my greatest honor. There is no greater honor than me able to participate in drawing people just a little closer to God through my friendship and through the proclamation and through teaching of the Bible and the gospel and encouraging the faith. That's the greatest honor. And as a result, and this is something else I do on top of that, but discipling and loving man is my highest honor before God. No greater honor other than God calling me into relationship with Him. And this is how I express it to other people, right? So we are motivated by the Most High. We are motivated, moved, and magnified for God. And everything I said in light of how I love people, I think all that is only possible because we first go back to, the first beatitude. Blessed is the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of God, the Bible says, right? It's only by God's ability that we're able to love other people. This is like, I think we have to go back to putting on our training wheel of Christianity sometimes. Because sometimes we've been a Christian long enough that we think, oh, it's about the position, right? Some of us have been Christians a while here. It's about the position. It's about me teaching the Bible, and that's important, absolutely. It's about my ability to memorize scripture and brag to other people how to memorize. Or it's about how long I've been a Christian, and look at this fool who just came in, who's stumbling and smells like alcohol. Look at him, he needs to get it together. It becomes about a lot of other things. But for those who are new Christians, brand new, and those who are been Christians for a long time, it is extremely important that we do not forget to either physically or metaphorically hit our knees, come before God and say, God, I deeply, deeply need you to change the way I'm thinking, I'm acting. Give me your spirit and allow me to move and operate out of that motive. The guy who motivates our spirit, right, is God that's motivating us. It's not us, right? If it's me, then I get all the credit. If it's me speaking up here encouraging anybody, even an ounce of their faith, well, then I want the credit. And give me the right because I'm awesome and amazing. But I don't get any of it. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Right? But no, it's not me. I believe it's God that God gives gifts to people, and He says, use your gifts for my glory. Right? Be motivated to do things for me that God has given you the passions, God has given you the abilities, God has given you talents for Him. And my encouragement to people is that they would not forget the simplicity of the gospel, and that it is still Jesus that motivates us. The first day we accepted Jesus, and the last day we accepted Jesus. It's always been Jesus. It always will be Jesus. And that's the focus of what I want to say. And on the other hand, for those who often have been Christian a long time, sometimes it's difficult to. It's easy to say with words, but it's hard in application to really live our life humbly as we've been Christians longer. It truly is, especially when we get our meaning and our value, like I talked about, so much from what happens in the church sometimes, right? I'm this person, I'm this position, I'm that person, whatever that may be, I do this, I attend Bible study every week very faithfully, and look at you guys that don't as much, you guys are slacking. Are you really about your faith or not? You know what I'm saying? Like those type of mindsets come into people, but in my own life, I don't speak about myself openly to make myself seem that much more foolish. In 2 Corinthians chapter 12, like so that God may become more great, Paul writes about, make yourself more foolish so that may God be all more desirable and great. I remember when I first came to faith, my first year and a half, like a number of my friends came to Christianity. A number of my friends, right? And please don't applaud that, because this is the reason. Because not soon after that first year and a half, I began to cross my arms and sit around in the church service and think, I wonder how many of these people are any of their people come to faith. I wonder how many of these people are out here sharing Jesus with people. Probably not too many. Probably not too many. Wow. If you ask me, I would say I've been more of my Christian faith in a year and a half compared to all of them put together and last their whole life. Right? Like, I've been putting in more work. And then after that, when I became, and that little spell wore off of my this and that, then it was, oh, well, I'm putting in serious work reading the Word of God. I'm reading 5-10 chapters a day, right? And did I just come out and say that to everybody? No. In my arrogance and in my foolishness, I would find a way to sneakily bring it into the conversation. So that people would say, oh, wow, I haven't read one verse today, right? lean on anything that we can say, oh, God gave me this, and look at how beautiful and shiny I am for God. And just rest in God and say, God, I deeply need your power. This is what the Bible talks about it in 2 instances. It talks about the same concept. It talks about fasting in Matthew 5, 6, 18. Don't fast in the way that people see it. Even though you're doing it for God, absolutely. Don't do it where people can see it. Don't talk about it. Just be about it. And it also talks about it in lofty prayers in Matthew 6, 5. It also talks about not being lost in your prayers and whoa, and Jesus, right? And don't do all that to draw the crowd or for attention for God's glory. Just be about God's glory. Let God work within us. Because it's that simplicity that I think where we and the brand new believer and those who have been Christians for years, we both meet there. All in the simplicity of the message of the gospel, that Jesus loves you, that Jesus died for you. He has reconciled you to him for his glory, and now to live your life within the gospel. And I believe part of that is in the context of our local church, wherever you live, right? Amen. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for they shall inherit the kingdom of God. We must always come back to that. A deep self-reflection that leads us to dependence and repentance upon God, so that our steps may be ordered in a way that's glorifying to him and not to ourselves, right? We must be moved for the Most High. So then how can we make this light visible out in the world? I've talked to Pastor David about this before. I think the church locally and particularly in the United States, we do a great job of facilitating opportunities inside the church. There's a lot of, if you come to any local church, they can find a place to get you plugged in inside the church, to serve in some capacity. And they need you, right? And you can serve here, you can serve there, you can serve anywhere, right? We'll get you somewhere to serve, right? And that's a good thing. But how often are we facilitating opportunities for us to serve outside the church just as much? For us to be, because we're not called to be a lamp, this passage talks about it, a lamp under a table. We're called to be a lamp in the room that lights up the whole room for the home. I'm talking about our city. I'm talking about our neighborhood. I'm talking about our homes. I'm talking about our workplace. Like, that's where the light needs to shine. Amen. And I think it's difficult at times because, like, going back to the first one, we need to be motivated by the Spirit and love of God to do any of that. Because if not, like, our time is our time. It's for us, not for anybody else. There's places where I think that we can immediately find those who need Jesus in our workplace. Here's the application of my sermon for you guys. Immediate. Doesn't cost you a penny. It may cost you a penny for coffee or something if you want to build a relationship with somebody. It's not going to cost you very much, but desire to hurt for the things of God. And I didn't even need statistics here to be, let me put you statistics about depression. Everybody knows somebody who deals with some level of depression and anxiety. Everybody knows. Everybody knows somebody and helps them with that. And the anger issues, right? They'll put you in anger management class. Right? Many soloists have been there. Everybody knows men and young boys and girls that are growing up without father figures. In the book of James, it talks about loving the orphan and the widow. How can we meet people where they're at our workplace? They're anxious, they're fearful. How can we build relationships with those who deal with anxiety and anger and be patient and love them in Jesus' name? Building bridges, right? How can we work, and forgive me for this, I'll say this before the church, I did a good job. I really wanted to be with some young men here when I first came, and as I've been here longer, even though I live in Hillsborough, it's no excuse, I haven't done that great of a job in trying to continue to build those relationships. Because I know these young men, like, I don't want to hang out with them sometimes, right? I don't even like myself that much all the time, right? Only for Jesus, right? Like, but God, but I've been reported that young men see a young man of God and is doing it, and because they don't have that role model. And I think there's a place that we can all build bridges, especially the older men in here. You can build that bridge with younger men because they need you. They need you in their lives. And I'll give a little more personal though. People don't, I didn't know, and many of men here may not know. I didn't know until a couple years ago. When a man, an older man, tells me they're proud of me and they love me, it touches me in a weird way that it's like I haven't even identified the feeling yet. It just feels, it's like a cat with catnip. It's like, this feels good, but it's not supposed to. Why am I happy that somebody said they're proud of me and they love me? This feels weird. Like, it feels weird to me. But you know why? because it was something I didn't hear a lot when I was younger. And I'm complaining about it, and I actually had a father. And I got a lot of friends that didn't have a father and never heard, hey, I love you and I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you at that job. Maybe it's not the job you want, but I'm proud of you. You know, the older men here, younger men need to hear that, right? Older women, right? Younger women need to hear that stuff. Maybe you didn't have it done for you, and it doesn't matter because it's your time now to pass it on anyway. This is what Jesus is calling to love them where they're at. There's so many men and women, particularly young men, because that's my burden in my heart, that are struggling in their faith, that are struggling to walk the path for Jesus, that said they didn't have an inkling or a clue in an idea what it looked like, because their father was somewhere else, and we won't even mention where their father was. It was horrible, right? And they're looking to see who is this God and who is this man I'm supposed to be in light of that God that exists. And they're waiting for some of us to stand up and say, I'd be interested in getting a cup of coffee with you and showing you what that looks like. I'd be interested in you and loving you where you're at. I'd be interested in giving you a call and telling you to check it out. You know what I'm saying? We need to step up to the plate. We can't let Big Brother programs be championed by other organizations that aren't even Christian, and we're supposed to care for the orphan and the widow. Amen. You know what I'm saying? Amen. Like, we need to rise up. We need to rise up and be a light to the world that God has called us to be. You know, as I was saying, kids are getting bullied in school as well. Everybody has dealt with it to some capacity, right? Being bullied, your kid got bullied, and maybe we think about it, it's not that big of a deal. I think it really is. I think it's very harmful, very painful, very difficult to talk about. You know, maybe you're ashamed, maybe the kid, you know, and I know it's hard. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. I was bullied. I didn't like being bullied. Like, I got bullied, and it was really painful to get bullied by this older kid that would tell me my skin looked like poop and I should go back to Mexico. And I'm like, bro, I don't even speak that with Spanish though, you know? People just think on me and bully me. And I got bullied a lot. Like, well, talk about that, but I think there's a serious needs. Those are injustices that we need to stand up for. So this is for the application for the younger man, for the younger woman. You know, if you see bullying happen, say something. You see that injustice, and you say you're a Christian young man, young woman, stand up for that. That's my application to you younger guys, to you younger girls out there, right? Be people who are known for justice, and not just for going to church on Sunday and Bible study or, you know, children's ministry on Wednesday, but that we live our life in glory to God. You know, the Bible says whatever we drink, whether we eat or we drink or whatever we do unto the glory of God. That's my hope when we begin to look at the areas of our life and say, God, how can I use this to leverage this for your gospel, for your message? How can I use this area of my life, which I'm not using currently, to allow your light to shine through it, so that they may see the good works that are being done and glorify you, God? How can we do that, you know? Our hope is only in the gospel. And I just want to say it again and again because I think it's the message that we are resting upon, that is carrying us, that we continue to find motivation by, and the only message I have to give is the gospel, right? That's all I have to give. So that when we are motivated for the things of God, and we are moving in areas that are glorifying God, and we are missional in our daily lives for God, we are magnified for God. We are magnified for God, and we are magnified by God. And in the long of that process, there's going to be suffering. This is where I think it all comes to head here. There's going to be suffering. There's no way around it. Maybe some of us thought when we first came to faith, hey, I accepted Jesus and now things get easy, right? Fix the areas of my life that I need to fix and we're good, God. You're like a magic genie. I can't wait to accept you, right? This is going to be awesome, right? But they weren't. Maybe things got good for a minute and then they got really bad, right? Maybe you found that doing the right thing wasn't difficult at the beginning. Maybe sometimes that is, right? But I'll tell you what it is. As I've been Christian longer, I realized the burden and the suffering becomes more heavy, right? God requires more of me than what I first wanted to give him. God's asking for more areas of my life than I first wanted to give you to. It's like, listen, God, you can have all those areas, God, but not this little corner, right? This little corner is mine. No, you had 98%, so why are you upset with me, you know? too, but here you are doing this again. Here you are with that girl again. Here you are with that guy again. Here you are doing what you shouldn't be doing, hanging out when you shouldn't be hanging out again. Here you are watching too much TV again. Here you are on social media too much again. Here you are flipping out and you tend to spend 5 minutes on Instagram and it's more like 40 minutes, right? And we're saying, I think we're not living on it. In light of that truth, man, we want God to have every area of our life. Don't let those sufferings, those are barely sufferings. The sacrifice, and sometimes they're sacrifices, but it's when we're operating and moving for God's glory, and there's suffering that takes place in that process, that God is magnified and glorified. He's lifted high when we suffer for His name's sake. When we are drawn out, weary, and tired. I heard, I can't even speak about this subject because I am not a married man, and I don't have any kids. And I heard Matt Chandler preach this, and it just stuck in my head, it just ingrained in my head. He was like, men today, we're pampered, right? It's about, oh, you're a man because you work, and then that's the focus of what you do, right? So you're a good provider, and now you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're a man. And Matt Chandler, in this little clip, I'm listening to him. He says, I get home from work, I take a minute and rest in my driveway. Maybe at 6, 7 o'clock at night. He says, I get out of my car and I go check on my wife's spiritual status. I go play with my kids' spiritual, and love them, right? Just love them and be spiritual, caring for them and love them where they're at. He says, I'm not turning on the TV. I'm not going to do what I want to do. He's but I'm pouring myself out. Pouring ourselves out like a drink offering. And there's areas in our life where we're at now where we need to be pouring ourselves out to build bridges, to love those who can't love themselves, to see people that are in the corner that are anxious, that are lonely, right? To see the people who don't, I talked about this, spent a minute talking about those who are looking for father figures and they're reaching, looking for a father, looking for just anybody who will give me an attention, a male man who loves me. And some of them will have mothers and it's the same thing. I don't want to just focus on being a man, but ultimately they're looking for parents, right? And they need them. And many of us can say, well, that's horrible for them, man. I'm sorry, right? That's a horrible story. What do you want me to do? I work a full-time job. I got kids of my own. I got more to do, Are we willing to be uncomfortable and to sacrifice our own time to love those who God's called us to love? Are we prepared to be uncomfortable for God? Maybe bring that kid with you to wherever you're doing with your kids, Bring that kid to another father figure. A friend of mine, I've seen him do it a number of times, a great job of bringing this kid who had a father figure in his life to go play basketball with him and his friends, And it's a small thing, but I'm sure it means the world to the kid. It means the world to the kid. He gets to hang out with an older man who is a positive figure and is not a drug user and hooked on meth and distant from the family altogether. It means something. How can we maximize our life, be magnified for God's glory? How can we do that? And I want each and every one of everybody here to think in their own minds, based on some of the stuff I've said, where are those areas in my life that I can reach? Where are those areas that I can be doing that? How can I do that more? Am I doing it enough? And people say sometimes, you ever heard this? A good friend of mine said, when's enough? In the Christian faith, man, he's like, when's enough? He's like, what do you want me to do? You want me to, you preach, bro. You preach. Okay, you got me. You win, right? What do you want me to do? I don't have any more to give. How much does God require of us? And I remember saying, I remember more. If you've given it all, He wants more. If you think you've done enough for God, He wants more of your life. And maybe it sounds crazy to some degree, oh man, this is kind of dumb, this belief in God, He wants more of you. But if God did die, if He is who He says He is, He did die, and He rose from the dead, and it's hard to believe for some people, I get it. Would you believe in a God who loves you? Would you give a chance to a God who said, yeah, you're going through anxiety, yeah, you're going through fear right now, yeah, your life seems horrible, yeah, things aren't what you wanted them to be, and I love you, and I want a relationship with you. At the core of the gospel, when we put aside religion and religious activities, when we put aside all the fanciness, maybe feeling judged by church members, we feel like, oh, religiousness is shenanigans, and oh, the music, I don't like it, or oh, the people, sometimes they're rude. At the core of the message of the gospel, there was a God who came to the world who did not know him, and they were caught in religiousness, caught him looking at him a whole other way, and he says, I love you, I love you, I love you. I desire a relationship with you, deeper than the religion, deeper than the do's and don'ts. I desire to love you, and I'll die for you. You know, anybody would die, perhaps for a righteous man, the Bible says in the passage. Anybody might die for a righteous man, right? Maybe somebody, a secret service man would take a bullet for the president, right? But how many people line up to die for someone like me? How many people died for someone, and on your worst day, for those who have problems conceiving to your sin, on your worst day, admit it to yourself, on your worst day, are you a great person really? Are you really that great? Are we really that great of a people? You know? Or are we deep need for Jesus? In our hearts, we want somebody to love us. And we don't know who it is yet. We may not know what his name is or what it looks like, but he deeply loves us and desires a relationship with us. And he died for us while we were still in our sin, still at the bottom, still drinking, still using drugs, still lying, still caught in our career thinking that's a higher priority than you, God, still caught in looking at our appearance because we want to look sexy and attractive for everybody else because that's where we get our meaning from, still caught on Instagram or Facebook and our likes and our not likes and our views, while in the midst of all that, he died for our sins so that we can be reconciled to him. So that at the end of all this, I deserve help still. In my heart of hearts. If God just let me go to the beginning tips of heaven and peek in to what he has up there, I would say, God is good, man. You know what? The life I've lived, I don't even deserve that. If he let me go up there and hang out for a while, and then send me straight to hell, he would be justified, 100%. No, I wouldn't complain about, you wouldn't even recommend it at all. But he did so much more than that. He said, not only am I going to raise from the dead, but that same spirit that rose me from the dead is now alive in you. And now you have been asked, you have been summoned to help me glorify my name. What an honor. What an honor. Like, to me, I'm not passionate like just because I'm in front of you guys. Like, my friends that are here, like, they see me being passionate about Jesus on the phone call. They see me being passionate over dinner, talking about how Jesus died for them. And I'm like, I'm grateful and so much, man. I'm going to have to stop talking for a minute. Because I'm not even sure if they're listening anymore. I'm talking so much about Jesus. But this is what God has called us to. To loving those who can't love themselves. To being motivated by God for God's Spirit. To being moved by God for God for his glory. To being magnified for his name's sake. This is what God has called us to. We're going to end with a prayer. If anybody does not know Jesus, I'd like you to find either Pastor David or one of the leaders here after, and we'd love to have a conversation with you. If you don't know Jesus and you want to talk to me up here, I'll stay up here for a few minutes to talk to anybody who would like to talk about Jesus and to make it personal. And ultimately, I'd just like to pray for you guys, that you guys would look to these areas in your life and say, how can I give more of myself for God? How can I sacrifice more? And only by your Spirit is that even possible, God. So I just want to pray. Father God, thank you. Thank you that your word was proclaimed and that you make it all glory and all honor along the way. And you are worthy of all honor and all glory. By the very breath we take, God, it's only because of you. May we make you look good. In Jesus' name, amen.
Let's thank God for one time. Let's give God a round of applause. Over the last 90 days, God put two people in my life, and it directly relates to what Mikhail just spoke about. Two people. One was a young black man, and one was a middle-aged white man. He had me intersect these two men, and for a period of 3 months, I was able to have contact and relationship with them. When they first met me, wasn't really saying much to me about God and Jesus, like Mikhail was talking about. But I just love these two men. Over time, in that 90-day period, this just happened recently, they went both to their lowest points in their lives, which led them to almost decide to give up. At their deepest moment, myself and another person were able to minister God's grace to both of these people. One young black man, under 20, one middle-aged white man. And the testimony of Christ came out. And at their deepest moment, when they were ready to give up, I and another person was able to share the gospel of Jesus Christ. It totally changed both their lives. They got restored. They got back on the right path. And they're still on the walk of discovery in their faith in God. Not quite where they need to be, but they were from the lowest ebbs of life. It wasn't because of me. It wasn't because of the person that was with me ministering to them that made the difference, but it was the gospel of Jesus Christ. Every one of us here this morning have people that God will put in our path today, this week, the next several months. And we are called to be just like what Paul is talking about. A light and a help and a signpost to Christ. So all of us have the answer to the deep, deep sickness and pain that's in our society today. And God's going to put people in all of our paths starting today, going forward. And are we going to take the call? We might not be able to say it like Mikhail. He said it so eloquently, so articulately. He said it so wonderfully. We may not have the word and the gift like he has, but God's given you some life in you. And he's giving you some words to give to someone else. And so the lead scripture was, let your light so shine before men and women that you may glorify the Father in heaven. Let's go fishing this week. We got the answer. I'm so excited about the fact that we have the answer for the pain and the suffering and the misery, the racism, the economic disparities, the political unrest in our country, the divisions. And we can give them Jesus and see healing across the land and be a blessing to the nations of the world. Would you stand to your feet? After class and after the benediction, I'm asking the college to come up and have the last words and give the benediction. I'll be standing in the back. If you want to make that commitment to Christ, just pull me aside. Pastor David, I'm ready. Well, Pastor David, can I get an appointment with you? Meet with the college, meet with one of the other leads of the church. We'd like to lead you on your faith discovery walk with Christ. Those of you that are here for the first time and regular attendees, if you want to become more informed about what it means to be a member, I'll meet with several of you at the church, the last room on the right side of the hall, at the end of the hallway, down the hallway by the bathrooms. We're having a new member information class. I welcome you to join me there. I believe that you'll be blessed. We're just going to meet for an hour. We'll give you a sandwich. And even if you're a first-time person, you're welcome to come to that class. You may be saying, wow, I like what I heard today. What does this church stand for? What do I do? We'll tell you about it in the class. May the Lord bless you. Come.
Just gonna end with a prayer. Father God, praise your name, God. Just give us peace, God, throughout this week, God. Give us a desire, God, with your spirit, God, that we move, that as the Bible talks about, that blessed are those who are poor in spirit, if they're poor in spirit, God, we can love them and meet them where they're at. Help us, God. Help us be your light to the world. In Jesus' name, amen.